Hello everybody and welcome back to Arthenex Plays Sunless Sea. So as soon as I loaded up the game, I was greeted with an event. Apparently, my sweetheart in New London had a child. Unfortunately, I couldn't show it. I can't show this to you because I clicked through the event before I even thought about starting the recording. But nothing else has happened. I haven't even looked at this yet. So yeah, so I don't know any more about it than, well, you guys probably know more about it than me because you probably had this event before. But I have not, so I'm looking forward to seeing. Theoretically, I suppose I can write a deed and for this child to leave him or her, I don't even know if it's a boy or a girl, my property and my heirlooms. Speaking of which, last episode we managed to capture the blue scintillac, which is apparently awesome. I didn't even realize how awesome it was until after I was already almost done with the fight that I was in. But nevertheless, it's awesome. So that's cool. So let's go ahead and see what this does. So you don't want to raise the child. Okay, so I don't want to raise a child, or you can't afford to. Turn away, let your sweetheart raise the brat if they can. Yes, you are the child's father. Yes, you are the child's mother. Your relationship will be remote or complicated or exceptional, or I have to improve my lodgings first. You can't raise your child in a room above a pub. Well, people do, but your sweetheart expects better. Well, I can't have to improve my lodgings. All right, so I have to make enough money to acknowledge the child to make 1,000 echo. And then it costs another 200 echo to write a will. Converting captivating treasures into heirlooms, and they'll adorn your lodgings until the day you die. After that, your family will probably sell them. So this is how I can pass on money to my next character. Oh, so I need to keep a live specimen in the future at some point for all of these, but and I need to find Fort Cecil, Mount Palmerston, Khan's Heart, King Eater Castle, Irem, and a Dread Surmise. That's not a port report. And save up 77 secrets. 77 secrets. Okay, so let's go ahead and head back out. I'm going to go ahead and I decided that between food and fuel, I can afford to carry at least one more supplies on my way out. And I'll still have 200 for the so I got 22, so I'll eat a supplies or use up a fuel or something on my way out to the salt pillars. There's no question about that. And let's go ahead, and I think we've done everything that we meant to do. Yep, done everything we meant to do. I'm going to save the tattoo parlor, I decided, until after I've leveled up my stats a little bit more, or I'm in desperate need of terror reduction, which I'm currently not. Alright, so let's go ahead and head back out. So the target for this voyage is we're just going to sail straight east, see what we can find, maybe pick up a couple of port reports, and then head up to the Salt Lions and pick up a something to bring back with us. Oh, and apparently if I turn down here, there is fragments that I can find. Fernando clued me into this one as well. Yeah, the Echo Bazaar and the Department of Menace Eradication for 52 fragments. Okay. Alright, let's go ahead and turn my light back off to conserve fuel. And continue to head out. The Untersee is restless. Recurring nightmares. You have begun to dream of a vast eye. It knows you. You cannot evade its gaze. Black, unsleeping tastes. Again and again. You are alone on the wide black sea. The eye is aware. Your night will come upon you from time to time, inspiring terror. Gain restful nights at your lodging to help you resist it. If you defeat it, you may gain a secret. I have begun to suffer nightmares of a black eye. Alright. Did I gain any terror for that? I don't think so. Okay. Oh, there's a pirate ship. Pirate steam pinnace. Ignore them. Got it. The power of the blue scintillate. Okay, what's in the cache? Crates, the source of sustenance, the fundamental element of cargo. 2 fuel. Coke, like coal, but more so. Alright. So I'm burning through my supplies rather disturbingly fast. Perhaps I'll pick some up somewhere out here. But I suppose I can't count on that. Plenty of fuel. Maybe I'll turn my light on. Help reduce my terror a little bit as I sail out. Discovered Bonny Reefs. Doesn't look like there's anywhere to land on Bonny Reefs. Okay. There's land. The world is webbed with invisible lines. You've crossed one. Tighten them, and it would split like a fruit. Right, I don't think that tells me anything useful. Laughter from the foredeck. We'll just go down and explore this blank square down here, see if there's anything there, and then turn back north for the salt pillars. Alright, that's just the Corsair's Forest where I've already been. Okay. Drop a terror. So the salt reefs are north and a little bit east. Black spices. Oh, my new weapon killed them in one shot. Nice. Well, that will help replenish my supplies. That's just a buoy. Anything else over here? Got a lot of nothing over here so far. It's a good thing I went further south on my first exploration voyage. If I'd come straight east, there just would have been absolutely nothing. Let's send my bat out, see if he finds anything. There are no islands within the Z-Bat's range. It's rather depressing. Let's turn north. Oh, there's a light ship. It's not exactly what I'm looking for, but I might as well dock there. So I can trade in my recent news. Alright. Oh, they gave me a Z story. If I could ever get my... I don't have any secrets. Yeah, if I could ever get my mirrors, total mirrors up to 40. I'm at 36. I'm not that far away. Then I could... I have a Z story. I can craft a... what are they called? I can craft a vital intelligence, but I need 40 mirrors. I only have 34. Right, so 6 more. Well, so far there's just not much. Oh. Wonder if this is the same one that caused me so much trouble before. I didn't lose any crew. It's egg, a heart, a less fortunate traveler, resolved in shivers from all ruin, put it somewhere safe. Well, I have a strange catch. Wonder if that's the same one that caused me so much trouble on my last voyage. Unlikely, but possible. Man, there's just not much out there, is there? Out here, I should say. Not much out here. In this part of the Z. Well, at least I got a bunch of fragments for that. Is that just a buoy? That's just a buoy. Well, sometimes you go on voyages of exploration and you find all sorts of strange and exciting new places. And sometimes you find nothing. Nuncio is a long way to the east. Alright. It's something. Watch for fungal pads in the Sea of Lilies. There's a prison hero. Discovered Nuncio. It's down there somewhere. Oh yeah. Scuttering and chittering in the corners of the hold, humped shapes on the deck rail, the heirs of Ratsay, emboldened vermin. Well, let's see what's going on here. I'm going to have to go pretty much straight back after this. I think I have enough supplies to make it there. Is this another maelstrom? The Fidnodal Vortex. Nuncio. Taciturn functionaries walk the docks in the uniforms of postmen. Do not return, sender. Taciturn functionaries walk the docks in the uniforms of postmen. Enormous crowned statue casts a chilling shadow. The shadows gleam with rat's eyes. Their ceaseless chittering rolls like a tide. Alright, so I can go to the postman's tavern. The Inky Blotter, it's called. The sign doesn't look like much. I can explore along the beach. I can assemble a port report. A Lawcliffe Nuncio learned in postal secrets no more than 7. Cultivating friendship with the posted no more than 0. Alright, well let's start by doing that. Surface details. There's the statue in the middle of the island. That's hard to miss. That's the way everyone wears a uniform, and the way they call each other by their ranks in the postal service. There's the way the port authorities refer to the regulations. There's the jargon. There's the curious habit of referring to any used up thing as cancelled, as though the whole world were made from stamps. You write about vestigial bureaucracy and about the trappings of order retained far from home. Okay? Do they have shops here? I can buy fuel for 20 and supplies for 30. Okay, I can't afford to do that if I'm going to get a salt thingy. Alright, let's go to the tavern. Turn in your direction, but no one seems surprised to have a new arrival on the island. So I can listen in on the postman's tall tales. I can ask why the local currency consists of rats. I can ask about the big statue. I can ask how they occupy themselves all day, unless with worker and dead letters no more than 0. Sure. Lit. 2 roaring fires, one at either end of the room. The bartender is in a postman's uniform, like almost all of the patrons. A noseless postal inspector called Blurt Thomas delivers the drinks, clears tables, and sacks the firewood. Big building, center of town, hard to miss. You can work there too if you want. It's not clear whether this is a generous offer or a threat. I now have 1 newcomer times Nuncio, cultivating friendship with the postman. Occurrence, your Nuncio worker and dead letters quality is now 1, invited to serve. Sure, let's listen on our tall tales. Amazing what you can get for a penny stamp. Delicate bottles lowered down chimneys on a rope. Do not fold under any circumstance letters curled through a narrow slot. Rattling, groaning crates brought back to the same address every day for 22 days running. The windows they pried open, the servants they bribed, delivery surcharges they paid out of their own salaries just to get rid of one more packet. It's hard to tell what they hate more, the senders of the mail or the recipients. Stands to reason if the message was a welcome one, they'd tell the other fellow in person, reflects the hairless postwoman. Okay. So I can do one of these. I'm curious about the currency. Scarcity is not an issue. The hairless postwoman at the end of the bar smiles mirthlessly, or maybe it's the lack of eyebrows that does it. Long enough carrying the things around, you get into the habit, she says. Then she tells you if you stay out late enough, you'll see some of the postmen making a procession to the center of the island, stringing up rats around the statue like Yuletide decorations in prayer to an ancient deity of the place. From the coughing and choking elsewhere in the pub, you'd guess this is a story they often tell to newcomers. Okay. Alright. Let's ask why she's hairless. Faux pas. Oh, I lost one. No, she says curt, not pleased. Still had eyebrows when I came to Nucio. The postman at the next bench diverts you, speaks in a low voice. Lots of people find habits when they can't deliver the post anymore. This one has a plucking habit. Best learn not to notice. You glance up. The hairless postwoman is still glaring at you. Okay. Let's ask about the statue. Oh, that. It's all of us, isn't it? Sort of the spirit of the island. Most of them don't seem troubled for more of an exclamation than that, though the hairless postwoman tells you it didn't always look like a fallen London postman at all, that it used to have a different face and a more old-fashioned outfit. Okay. Alright, let's listen in on some more tall tales. Alright, so now I'm up to level 4, accepted by the locals. Asked to borrow a uniform. Okay. Look but not touch. They're polite, even apologetic about your request. You're welcome here and welcome to take shifts at the dead letter office, but you cannot wear the uniform unless you were a postal employee back in fallen London. Regulations. Blunt Thomas lets you have a look at his uniform jacket at least. Neat stitching, gilded buttons, a thin but dignified circle of braid at the collar. Inside, a patch that goes over the heart, stitched in with 6 red letters. You can't read it, but it makes your eyes itch and your scalp feel like burning. Okay, I'm now accepted by the locals. Okay, let's go back to the docks. Alright, let's try a shift at the dead letter office. Extensive tour. Blunt Thomas takes you around the office, a small collection room where those retrieving letters may state their business. A much larger set of back offices where newly arrived letters and parcels are collected and sorted. A dank, briny smell that never goes away, presumably because so many of the parcels spent time in the water before they arrived here. In the back room is a machine ratted by a postal rat, a Ratus Faber in a pinstriped hat. It shovels sludge dump letters into the machine's hopper, and they come out dried, clean, pressed, and sorted into slots by the size and quality of the paper. Okay. One has various possible occupations here. None can be described as fast-paced. I can offer employment to the postal rat's niece. He asks it a favor, and she sounds well-trained and eager. Okay. A Radius Faber assistant. Ask the postal rat for a key to the basement. I can't do that. I don't have enough. I can pay for a parcel with postage due for 30 echo. I don't want to do that. I can converse with the postal rat. I can end my shift. I can man the collection window. A matter of luck. Let's start by conversing with the postal rat. Why doesn't it make a machine like this one back in London? Might it lead to fewer dead letters in the first place? No, that wouldn't be permitted at all. There are strict rules about the initial handling and sorting of posts. An experimental machine might mangle the letters. It's only the dead material that's unimportant enough to be entrusted to a Ratus Faber. His voice isn't bitter, but it twists a coil so hard that it springs sideways out of the machine and pings off your shoe. Okay. Alright, let's try offering employment to the postal rat's niece. Strongest possible recommendation. I now have a Ratus Faber assistant. You want someone to take a look inside that. Ratus Faber assistants are essential for use of the pneumatic rat delivery device. Oh, I see. Only so much work to go on around Nukio. She keeps asking to assist me here, but as you can see, I hardly require any assistance. My research is at so delicate a stage. But she's an excellent worker, very bright, like her mother. Okay. You're here to relieve him. Okay, so I can ask him for a key to the basements. That's it. Alright, well, let's ask him for a key to the basement. No trouble at all. He's surprised by the request. Most postmen don't like it down there. No one ever asks for a key, but he'll cut you a new one. Just be careful in there and come out if you start to feel wrong. Alright, I'm authorized for back. Open the back rooms. Deep and deeper. You had expected a few shelves of supplies, more flies and letters, a few years older? No, it's a pit, so deep that lantern light does not show the bottom. A spiral walkway descends along its wall, and that spiral opens wider as it goes, as if you were looking through a narrow end of a very large shell. Lining this wall are shelves and nooks, unevenly sized. Some are a few inches square and contain single scrolls of papyrus. Others support crates bigger than coffins. They're made of a woody fungus grown to meet requirements. There are no marks of carpentry on any of the postal rat's handiwork. 3 turns down the spiral and you feel you can't breathe. Time to leave. You can come back later. Maybe. I gained 5 terror. Learned in postal secrets is now 5. And worker in dead letters quality is now 5. I don't want to pick up any more terror. Sure, let's tell him about my basement findings. Troubled but not surprised. They say that's been there since before we came, before there were Londoners in the Neath, before there was a dead letter office. There was someone else, and they built the last layer on top of what was there before, and so on. When you press him a little further, he says, I've been down there, didn't like it much, but I wanted to test my machine. Thought if it could handle some of the very old dead letters, that would be a good sign, you know? Evidence that the machine was in working order, good strong sorting categories, and so forth. He pauses. There's letters down there that set your hair on fire if you so much as look at them. See the bald patch on my left leg? That wasn't a machine accident. Oh no, that singed right off as soon as I put my nose into one of them letters. I have a tale of terror and an extraordinary implication. Secrets quality is now 6, familiar with the flaming letters. Okay, so I can descend into a placement with the flame if I had a flare and 5 foxfire candles. Okay, so I'll have to remember I can do that. This is a high-risk challenge. I don't want to do that. Alright, perhaps not. Sure, let's explore along the beach. I keep my balance. Every lap of the wave drags up some new letter or parcel. The face of the water is darted with them as far as you can see in the blackness, carried by a powerful current. So I can collect material for the dead letter office. I can take soundings. Perhaps there is some evidence of the great hollowness underneath these shores. Sure. Depth below. Striking the ground causes stones to shift and rattle. It is hard at first to hear anything more than that, but if you try long enough and strike hard enough, the whole beach shivers like the surface of a drum. The flotsam letters quiver and align themselves in concentric circles around the point of impact. The next wave brings ashore 3 or 4 times the usual freight. Okay, so will of its own. You make your way along the shore with a big sack. Many of the envelopes are too damp to read. Their address is permanently lost, but a surprising number are still legible. There are also parcels. Here and there is a crate, a message in a wine bottle, a sealed cask that has bubbled out of a shipwreck. Your sack ought to get heavy with all these contents, but it pulls upwards and away, straining inland towards the dead letter office like an unmanageable dog. Alright, I have a dead post. Let's see what I can do with it back at the docks. Feed your undeliverable letters into the sorting machine. Okay? 52 categories. After prolonged worrying, the machine begins to distribute 7 invitations edged in gilt into the correspondence of the aristocracy slot, 2 oversized parcels probably containing books into the books tray, 1 stamped ROM tablet that drops with a clang into a bin marked First City. The postal rat watches with an air of satisfaction. Alright. So that just would improve my relationship with him if I needed to, but I don't. Alright, so I think I'm done here unless I get in the basement with the mirrors. Make a study of what goes on in the back room. Well, I can't do that. So I'm done here unless I bring back a flare and 5 candles. Alright, I'll have to remember that. Alright, let's head up to the Salt Lions. I think I have enough food and fuel to get up there and make it back. Oops. It's kind of an interesting place. A dead letter office of the undersea. Alright, the Salt Lions. Let's compile a port report and carry Sphinx phone to London. The maker says smash these. Okay. A contact in London will purchase them. Alright. And visit the unmakers. I gained a fragment and lost 5 terror. Nothing else to do here. Let's head back to London. Sea is bright as milk. Fall stars are black on a pitchy bed. Something is watching you. Its gaze enfolds your boat. You are transparent as glass. Flee the nightmare. This will reduce the nightmare's strength. If it reaches 0, the nightmare will fade entirely. If you have any restful nights, they will reduce the difficulty. I have a 100% chance of success. An escape. The ski churns in your wake. You pull away from the eye to shallower waters of waking, but a terror clings. I lost a nightmare's strength. I lost a restful night. I succeeded in a heart's challenge. And I gained 2 terror. Okay? Okay, so yeah, let's head like straight southwest and then straight west. Doesn't look like that thing saw me. I do kind of want to fight that thing, actually. I could definitely use some more fuel and supplies. I gained 2 fuel and 2 supplies, and a cache of curiosities. And a bolt of parabola lemon. That was a very profitable fight. And I only took 7 hull damage. Go ahead and turn. Pretty much due west. Maybe pick up a Hunter's Keep port report on the way back. Luminescent beasts like eyeless dolphins play in your wake. Missed. Didn't miss twice. Scoop it up. We gained another strange catch. And I didn't take any damage. Man, that blue Scintillec is really good. Is this anything down here? No, I think I've already discovered that. Yep. Nothing new here. Look at that. Look at all that emptiness. All the way out to Nuncio. If I'm going to go out there again, it's probably more profitable to like kind of make a circle. Take a lot of supplies, but I could get a port report. I can get a vision of the surface here, get port reports at those, well, probably not at Station 3, but at those 3 places. Then, I don't know, that seems like a long voyage. Well, I'm curious to see how much I get for selling this saltstone I picked up. Escape from another crab. Turn my light back on. This voyage is lacking a little bit of attention of some of my other ones. I'm not going to have any trouble making it back to London with fuel and supplies to spare. I think I would have, yeah, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, alright, I'll go to Hunter's Keep. Pretty sure I would have made it even without those extra supplies. Alright. Not interested in lunch with the sisters. I'll just take my port report and head into London. It's a free fuel, if nothing else. home waters. Alright. What was my terror at? 54. But that still got me a Menace's Nightmare Strength. Oh well. Alright. That guy's there waiting for me. If I ever get desperate, I know I can always do that. Let's see. Free evening and someone wants to sign on. Okay. So what can I do with this salt? A contact in London will purchase them. Oh, here we go. Delivers Sphinx Zone. Special constables, black uniforms, distinctive caps, the badge with Ministry of Public Decency, wait with the cards. Okay. Wow, 500 echo. Sign, sign, sign. Here's a receipt. Here's your discretion contact. Here's a penalty contract. Your vision is blurred by the end of it all. The cart rumbles off into the cooling fog. Here's your reward. I lost 2 terror. I delivered Sphinx Zone. I gained 500 echo. That is definitely worth doing. I don't need to hire on more crew. I don't really need to put my ship in dry dock. Let's see who awaits me. Carnelian Exile. A first officer increases mirrors and pages. Or Maybe's daughter. Oh, where are you headed? On second thoughts, I don't mind. Yes, I'm an engineer, but I'm an engineer in a hurry. Veils, and yeah, I don't want either of those. Sure, I'll pay 5 echo just for another crew member. Okay, let's go to the Admiral. I want to pass on strategic information. I do want to submit my port reports. Hunter's Keep. There's my free fuel. And 5 echo. Ah yes, the place that lures away postmen. One hears no end of complaints from the Postal Service. Okay. 1 fuel, 30 echo, and a favor. Okay, looks like nothing else I can do there. Alright, so let's go to the Alarming Scholar and offer him, let's see, is there anything else I can do with Extraordinary Implications? I think I probably need some of them for this, right? Not that that would stop me from turning it in. Maybe not. Okay, alright, I guess I will just sell it to this guy. So I can also sell him a Strange Catch. If you choose this option, the Scholar will become permanently unavailable. Oh, I can turn in 7 Searing Enigmas and it will make a dread surmise. Okay, alright. So I gain 2 fragments and 250 echo. Excellent. Okay, let's go. Let's see, what do I still have? I have 2 strange catches. I think I'm going to turn them in as well. Can I don't think, can I turn them in here? No, but I can, yeah. So I think I can, I can do something with them in Vendor Bite. I can turn them into supplies in Vendor Bite. Let's see what he'll give me for them. He gives me 10 echo and another favor. So it's better to turn them in Vendor Bite. I'm not going to turn that in because I want to turn it into a vital intelligence. Should I turn it in for 10 echo, or should I save it and turn it in for supplies in Vendor Bite? Maybe I'll save it for now. Maybe I'll turn it in later. I have a pneumatic rat sender. Really? They give me one for free. I thought they just gave me a rat. I would kind of like to get this +1 mirrors. It does not suck. No. Rats are required pneumatically. So this is just faster than this. Alright, hang on a second. White. I gotta test something. So I think this is each rat repairs 110 hull damage. Okay. So every time I use a rat, it's gone. I think that's the way that works. So I'll save it for an emergency. I think that's how that works anyway. Alright. So I'm going to need to buy some more fuel and some more supplies. And I'd like to buy enough to make a... kind of for my next voyage, just make a big circle, visit everywhere, come back and sell the... Yeah, I can't... I tried going up here before and there was too much snow. I remember that. So yeah, that would be like making a big circle like this. Probably be like loop around there. Come back up there and there. Gators more, and the last time I compiled a port report there, I also got a strategic information. But I always have to deal with those friggin'... I can't land there anymore anyway. I have to deal with those friggin' bats. But yeah, maybe not go there. Maybe just kind of go to Quaker's Haven, here, 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 and then straight back to London. That's going to take a lot of food and fuel, though. Alright, let's keep that. Let's sell some more of that. So I still have 2 left. You know what? Let's go ahead and go ahead and sell the rest of my silk. And then let's buy... Let's see. That should be enough. And I will definitely have burned off 9 of it by the time I get where I'm going. 15 fuel and 12 supplies. Let's go ahead and buy a couple more fuel just to be on the safe side. Okay, that should definitely be enough. And then... that equips to the bridge. Is there anything else I can get that equips to the bridge? Let's speak to him. I'm just going to go ahead and try, see what happens if I invite him to dine with me. I'm kind of curious about him anyway. Seconds, then thirds disappear in small, hasty morsels. He is nervous, not a gifted conversationalist. You do your best to plug the silence. When you ask about his past, he winces. I can't say, Captain. This, he taps the livid sigil on his temple, which twitches like a scorpion stings, has burned away my memories. I recall I have a brother, but not his name or where he is. I remember the names of the ships I've served on. The Implicit, the Bonnie Swan, but not their crew. How did he come by the sigil? He clutches his head. I don't know. Thinking about it is like fire in my skull. He grits his teeth. Someone must have hated me very much to curse me with it, but I can't even remember my enemy. Speak to him again to advance his story. My sleep is riddled with dreams, Captain. Dreams and bells and candles, alright? He paces a destination. He paces the dock. I see a lonely house lit by tallow and wick. A bell is ringing. It rings now. Do you hear it? He scratches his sigil, which has begun to bleed. Do you know this place, Captain? Can I plot a course? A place of candles and bells, a chapel of lights, a northern church where no sin is too terrible. Interesting. Okay, I don't think I've found that. So I'll have to keep an eye out for that. Let's go ahead and improve my mirrors a little bit more. Okay, put to 35. I can spend 500 goes, plus 3 mirrors, minus 1 veils. These all equipped a bridge. Obscure energies. I wonder what that is. I'm not going to spend 4,000 bucks on it. Is there anything else that equips to auxiliary? Aft. Those are all weapons. A beast of an engine. That equips to auxiliary. Oh, let's buy one flare. Whoops, that was a fuel. One flare and 5 foxfire candles for when we go back to the mail island. Whoops, it aft. Alright, let's go ahead and buy one of these. Up to 36 mirrors. 4 more secrets. I'm going to go ahead and sell my other catch to the Alarming Scholar. And I'm going to buy one more supplies. And we go back to London. Oh, I can't go carousing again. I can't do anything until I upgrade my lodgings. Alright. Let's go ahead and turn in my Tale of Terror for 2 iron and reduce my terror. I'm kind of desperate for terror resistance at this point. Because I'm going to be out at sea for a long time on my next voyage. So, alright, let's go ahead and do the Dauntless Hand. Lost 25 here, I gained 2 iron, I lost 1 Tale of Terror. So I guess I can only do 1 tattoo. That's alright. I can live with the iron one. Let's go to my lodgings. See my child. Oh, okay, yeah, I can't do that yet. Read the morning papers. Did not give me a new fragment. Rest. And I'm ready to head out. So I will once again end this episode here. If you enjoyed it, next time we'll set out on our grand tour and hopefully make a whole bunch of money and come back and upgrade and buy a better house. Hopefully we'll have enough to do all of that. Alright, well, if you enjoyed the video, please consider liking the video or subscribing to the channel. But in either case, I hope you have a terrific day.